How's it going, everyone? So finally got some time to do a little review of this mini skid steers, and just like the machines from China, they are all very similar, generic. So this will also apply to many of the different ones that you'll see in the market. So when you start looking for a mini skid steer, and this is oftentimes the sales will ask you, do you want to have the regular control or a joystick control? And what the difference is that this is two functions for both of the handles. Left one is for the left track, so when you push forward, the left track will go forward. Backward will be backwards, right? So vice versa for the right track as well. And so when you want to make a turn, you go one up, one down, vice versa, one up, one down, and you will cause the skid steer to turn or turn in a circle. And the left and right function is for the scooping function. So the left is for the bucket to go up and down, and the right is for the arm to go up and down. So in order to dig, you need to bucket down, scoop, move forward, bucket up, and arm up. So that's a digging function. For me, I feel it's very hard for me to do because I'm not used to it. That's for one. And two is it seems like you need to do the functions independently, meaning that when you are moving the skid steers back and forth, you can't really control your arm movements, and hence a little slower I feel as compared to my other ones. For this machine, it's very simple also. Not much of a gauge, amp meter, hour meter. They do have lights. Cooling fan is funny how it's separated. To me, you should be just connected or have a sensor that will go on when the hydraulic fluid is hot, but it's on a switch and a horn. They do have an auxiliary forward, backwards. It's a very simple design. You can lock it, so you'll be constant on, whether it be flow reverse or flow forward. Okay, so those are for your breakers, trenchers, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, let me just try to use it and show you, and hopefully I'll get used to it when we bring to the next job site in a few days. Over here is just the amp meter, hour meter, and the fan control. That's for the cooling, hydraulic cooling fan, and the lights. And for when we come to the bottom here, we see the engine. This particular one has the Honda engine on it, so it's very nice, and it has a standard Honda key ignition, which is good in a way that easy to replace these keys. And it also has its own hour meter on it. Okay, and we have this platform. It's spring loaded. I find it very annoying because I'm used to a solid plate, and this thing bounces around. Maybe you'll like it. If not, I'm pretty sure it's also an easy fix to make it doesn't bounce around. But this is what it comes with. As a user that is used to a different platform, I just find it annoying. But if you are new to the machine, you may just get used to it without any complaints. To the side, we have these weight plates. You can add more, but I think this came with the factory, and it's good enough for what I do. When we come to the right side, basically nothing else. You have some access doors. You can take these out and access the battery, which is nice. The track system is a grease tensioning system. So you open this little door, you can grease it up, and you will stretch the track. And I always order. Oh, this is a little loose, so I need to tighten it up. Maybe I can show you next time. So, as always, when I order these machines, I like to use the track models rather than the wheels, because I think the track models are simpler and it's easier to maintain. Basically, not maintenance free. If anything, it's just you need to replace the track, and also track just give you more traction, more versatility in all different kind of work situations. When we come to the front, we can open the compartment hood, just made of metal. Okay, and we have a big radiator that is for cooling of the hydraulic fluid. So, which is good, except this is a switch control, so you want to make sure you turn on your switch when you operate this. It's probably better they wire to the ignition, so every time it will turn on. As I open this thing flips open, which I think is very nice, nicely done, and it's just very simple. You have the Honda motor that powers a hydraulic pump, and you have the hydraulic tank in the front, and the filter is inside the tank, and the bottom there, that's the gas tank, fuel tank, and you have the battery. So all you see is right here, nothing else. So it makes very easy for troubleshooting, and you have a few electric fuses up here, and you have a little horn. Yeah, not much more I can say about this. Works well, very simple. I wish that they have, this model in diesel engines, but they don't have it. They have a bigger one. Okay, let me secure this and close this. And it's just made of a piece of thin metal. I wish this could be a little thicker gauge. Sometimes we do have things drop onto it. At least it doesn't damage. So as we come to the front, you'll see all these hydraulic hoses are with a cover, so it's nice and protected. This hydraulic ram is positioned so that the connector is on the outside. I always feel like something may hit it, but so far I have been using it for a while that nothing really hits it. So a couple of 100 hours on it, no problem. So I think it should be fine. And these are the flat face connector, regular connector, so it takes other attachments. If you have domestic attachments, that they will also work. Okay, and that's just the hydraulic hammer that I bought with. To the left side, pretty much the same as the right side. You have some access door that you can access the internal parts. But really, you got a lot of space to work if you really need to. Overall, the machine is really nice, and entry point, move the dirt, gets the job done. Nothing fancy, and I think the price is pretty good too. Here you see me using the mini excavator to take out some plants. This is early stage of the project. We're doing some demolitions. We always have a mini skid steer and a mini excavator on job site. With the nature of our work, we always doing some digging, trenching, backfilling, breaking stuff, and this is just using a hydraulic hammer to take out the concrete patio that's in the backyard, and it works out pretty good. Speed up the job real quick. This is what we oftentimes do. We have to move the dirt from the backyard to the front, or load it onto a trailer to the dump. Being the small footprint of the mini skid steer, it's very easy to go through doors without taking them out, and I save a lot of labor, save a lot of muscle work. This is what the project looked like when it started. We have done some improvement to it and just ready for some final touch. All right, so this concludes the introduction of this basic model of the mini skid steers. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave it down below, and I will see you in my next video.